Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and very furry studio audience, Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. It is early Friday morning, the 30th. I'm stuck here at the TA in Missoula, Montana, and little does he know, he's going to be groomed this afternoon at the PetSmart. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker channel. Going to be a fairly quick one tonight. I know I've been saying I've got the full review of the new Garmin Diesel OTR 1000 coming up, and I've been having to keep putting off because, for one, I've been working so freaking hard, and two, I keep coming up with more stuff I want to show in it, so it's going to be a very long video, but it's going to be very in-depth. So if you're considering the OTR 1000 or the 800 and the 1000 are the same. Essentially, just the difference is the size, all right? 800 being the 8-inch and the 1000 being the big 10-inch. Oh! So when I was finishing the drive on up to Spokane to deliver my rolls of paper towels, I got my new load that was going to be picking up, like I say, up in Kootenai, Idaho. A load of wood pellets, you know, for like wood stoves and so forth, going over to Illinois. And like I say, since it didn't deliver till Monday, I realized I had a little extra time to play with. I've been having an issue with my steer tires. I've been having an issue. I got an alignment again done in June, back at Transwest in Brighton/Denver area, Colorado. And they didn't do a very good job. They replaced my torque bar or tension bar, or whatever you want to call that, one of my tension bars back there on my drive axle, after they did my alignment. And I said, well, shouldn't you redo the alignment now that you've replaced that bar? And they were saying, oh, no, that shouldn't affect it at all. No, it did. Ever since then, I was, again, always pulling to the right. So I had to keep pulling to the left, which means I was tearing up my steer tires. Because if you're always having to pull your steering wheel one way just to stay straight, that means you're going to be tearing up your tires. Because then your tires, you're having to turn them left to the left, like if it always wants to pull to the right. So my right steer tire, I was chewing up the outside of that one. My left steer tire, I was chewing up the inside of that one. This happened to me before I bought my last set of steer tires, and these actually should have lasted longer. I have a video about after I got my really good old school alignment. I bought a new set of steer tires in Kingman, Arizona. I looked back, that was at the very beginning of March this past year, in 2020, and I only made 90,000 miles on these. I looked at these tires the other day, and I realized they're not going to be DOT compliant anymore because they're wearing down too much on the edge. And DOT is going to be like, oh, Clutch Trucker, that's not good. We're going to have to put you out of service. So I knew I had to get them changed. But I wanted to get a new alignment at the same time to make sure I don't chew up the new tires. Made it down here to Missoula tonight, Thursday night, which would have been the 29th. Now it's the 30th, Friday morning. And checked in at like 7:45 p.m. Mountain Time. It took them over 3 hours to get to me here at the TA. But I wanted to buy my tires. If I had to buy new tires, I wanted to do it in Montana, and there's a big reason why. No state sales tax. Hey! If you're going to be spending like, $700-800, no state sales tax is a big deal. So I wanted to make sure I got my tires here in Missoula, Montana. Now, the TAs and Petros have been advertising on all their top of their pumps and everything that they have the Firestone 507 steer tires on sale for like $828, I think is what they've been saying, out the door, not including local and regional sales tax. Anyway, this is why I wanted to do it in Montana. So I called ahead this morning when I was still on my way to Spokane, and of course they don't have any of those, but they do have some Daytons. And I'm like, okay, I'll give those a try, and they're going to be cheaper anyway. Dayton's a third-tier tire. I talked about this in my previous video when I was talking about my steer tires before, back in March. Each company has their own tiers. Bridgestone, top tier. Firestone, second tier. Dayton is their third tier tire. Michelin, top tier. BF Goodrich, second tier. Uniroyal, their third tier tire. That's kind of how it breaks down. And then, like, you have Goodyear and Kelly, and I think Roadmaster. And then you've got your others out there like Continental, Yokohama, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I figured, well, Dayton's still made by Firestone Bridgestone. Should be all right and was going to save me some cash, so let's go ahead and do that. Plus, I don't have to pay for the sales tax. Finally, at 3 a.m. Friday morning, I'm done, which is good. I made an appointment for Rusty at PetSmart in Missoula this afternoon, so I can get him groomed because, boy, is he looking shaggy. So, here it is. Early Friday morning. I'm trying to wind down now, and so I just thought I'd make this video real quick. But my main tip being, if you got to buy tires, buy them from a state that doesn't have a state sales tax like Montana, and you can save. I mean, you're going to save anywhere from 40 to 80 bucks. That's worth it, drivers. So it was worth it for me to spend the time here to get it done, and they got it done tonight. Now, here's what really pissed me off. When I went to go pay for it, we have a credit union. We don't use a regular bank. Oh, they decided to decline my card. Don't you hate that? Because now you got to get on the phone and try to, why the hell are you declining it? I go through this with my credit union about every 6 months. Well, yeah, but you have been charging in all these different states and all these different places, and why is that? Well, you know, I'll tell you why. I'm a truck driver. I drive all over the country. So about every 6 months, I got to get on the phone with them and say, no, please, unlock my card. Here's the fun part, though. Tonight, it took me like a half hour afterwards. I had to call the number on the card, talk to somebody there first, talk to a very nice woman. She was somewhere in Illinois. I always ask everybody when I'm calling like these 800 numbers, where are you? I'm just always curious. And I ask them how the weather is there. But the on-hold music, they had to keep putting me on hold for the first one. Oh, it was awful. And when the lady came back on and said, you know, give me some Al Jarreau, give me some Barry White or something. I'll listen to First, Last, My Everything by Barry White, 18 times before that crap you've been playing for me. Anyway, she was very nice. Then she had to shoot me over to the security fraud division, and I talked to Jim in the Dallas area. And he was very nice. And actually, we ended up talking for like an extra 20 minutes afterwards, just kind of shooting the crap. And he was very funny, and it was fun talking to him. You got to look for entertainment whenever you can get it. And so sometimes I end up talking to these 800 people. And so that was kind of interesting. But now my card works again, so I can pay for Rusty's freaking grooming tomorrow. So anyway, got my new steer tires. They're Dayton's. I've got my new alignment, so hopefully they won't be chewed up as fast as my last one. 90,000 miles, all I got out of that Firestones. You can only expect to really get around 100-ish thousand miles out of steer tires, but I thought those went a little too soon. We'll see how these Daytons do. And when I did that initial video back in March about getting those Firestones, I said, well, we'll see how these do. Well, not all that impressed. We'll see how the Daytons do. And, that's kind of the life of trucking. You're always having to do something, always having to fix something somewhere, right? I put on new shocks the other day myself. The steer shocks, the steer shocks I put on just a month or two ago already blew out. So at least I carry an impact on the truck, and I was able to change them out myself and not have to pay TA or Petro or Freightliner anywhere from 80 to 150 bucks to do that. I saved the money by doing it myself, and I bought these steer shocks out of Nampa, Idaho at a Freightliner there. They were only like 45 bucks a piece. So at least I'm not, jarring so much down the road. Okay, like I say, that Garmin OTR 1000 review coming up this weekend. I'm going to get to it, I swear. I'm not lying to you, I swear. It's coming up. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please like. Please comment. Please ring that bell for notification. As always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch out.